Hey everyone, this is Stephen Casey Railpan here, and welcome to another product review. But as you can see, it's another ES44 locomotive. So you may wonder, what could this one be? So you're about to see what kind of ES44 this locomotive this is going to be. So this was recently released from the previous run, so it is a restocked item. So it's basically one of the most popular schemes that were released, back in previous runs, and now this is a restock. So you may wonder, is it an NS Heritage unit, one of the CSX Prime Service units, or is it a BNSF 25th anniversary? Well, you're about to find out in 3, 2, 1. Here it is. It is my third and final CSX Prime Service unit. So this is the last one I needed because I was going to complete the trio, and now I finally have the third and final Prime Service unit, and this is CSX 1776, the Spirit of Our Armed Forces, which is the Veterans unit that CSX revealed in 2019. So I'm actually finally glad I was able to have this on the layout. So let's get on with the unboxing. So so it's got with the product manual and the foam and all that. And look at that. That is very stunning. Wow. Absolutely gorgeous. Wow. So I'll get out of the box for you. And there's that, and it comes with this Ziploc bag with bearing caps, because rivet counter locomotives have the rotating bearing caps. And there it is. Look at that. That's beautiful. Wow. So there it is. So I'll get the locomotive onto the tracks, and then we will begin the review. Alright, so starting off with the front, as you can see, the locomotive has lots of great detail wise. So as you can see, look at the detail in the front. It's got, the nice handrails are nicely done. It's got headlights and ditch lights are LEDs. And you can see the bottom. Snowplow is nicely done with MU hoses, trailing hoses, and all that. Grab irons, windshield wipers, number boards are nicely done. And you can see it's got cab interior. And windshield wipers are really nicely done. They match the color scheme of the front. It's very cool. And it's got the boxcar logo. So this is the YN3B scheme, because this locomotive was painted before the YN3C. But I do like it how it looks in YN3B. So it's pretty cool. And you can see there's the decal, Spirit of Our Armed Forces, the logo, and then you can see the cab. This part right here is very nicely done, because I'm pretty sure crews can actually see through these. So it has the American flag on them. Depending on which Prime Service locomotive you have, it has this cool little window pattern of some sorts. It's really cool. And you can see it's got the nice CSX style PTC with the dome in the front. And look at the camo on this. Wow, the camo is really nicely done too. I'm glad that ScaleTrains did a good job by trying to get the correct colors correct for the camo on it. And then you can see it's the CSX Prime Service. And it's got all the sponsors. You can see all that at the bottom. And then there's the horn, the RS5T horn, or could be an S5T, because I hear that CSX 1776 now has an S5T as of now. So it's pretty nice enough, so I can give you guys a closer look at the horn. It's very nice. Because I believe when the 3 Prime Service units rolled out, they all had RS5Ts, but now previously I heard that, after 911 got into some accident of some sorts, it looks like involving a tree. It was later repaired, but now has a K5LA now, and has white number boards. So I'm not sure if ScaleTrains might do that do one with the white numbers. But anyways, moving on, you can see. Wow. The grill's nicely done. I just love how it says honor our veterans on the radiator wings. And you can see the detail-wise is see-through. And it's got the nicely detail on the trucks. The wheels are painted brown, which I really liked how they're factory painted brown. And then the bearing caps do rotate. Fuel tank is nicely done. And if you look at the back is actually really nicely done too. Look at that. And everything, and then and I like how all three of the prime services, like the back of the radiator wings, they have this cool thing, you know, and all that. It's really nice. Nicely done. So, and also being a CSX, there's no rear ditch lights. Sometimes they would put like temporary ditch lights on them if they had to run LHF, but so like if the Gevos have to run LHF, because I think some of the some of the stair cabs have those. So anyways, moving on, as you can see, it's nicely done here. Lots of great detail. And the steps are nicely done too, as always. And then there's the E-bell. Nicely done. You can look at that. Wow, look at the detail. Absolutely amazing. So, there's that. So, I just gotta love this. So, anyways, let me run it for you guys, see how this logo runs. It's a really smooth runner, so I'm really impressed with. So I can show you the headlights. See, you can see the headlights and the ditch lights are LEDs. So, it runs very nice. And let me show you the rear ditch light. I mean the rear headlight I meant. See, it also lights up. So anyways, there it is. So there it is. So that's basically the review of the CSX Prime Service Unit, because I have done reviews on the other three. Like one I did so I did my review on the 3194, that was like back in 2021, which was in January, because that was part of the first run, and then I recently got another one, which I believe is CSX 911, which I believe that was from the second run that came out like 2022 or 2023 somewhere. And now we got this one that came in, and this one is from run number 6. And this is from as of now. So let me get the two Prime Service units so you guys can see them up close together. So here they are. So here's one of them I have. Here's the first responders I have. And of course, the law enforcement. Okay, there. So there they are. Here are all three of them, all together. I have all three of the Prime Service units. So the first one I have is the 3194, the Spirit of the Law Enforcement. But this one was delivered when I first pre-ordered it. I got the one with the red and white. The blue and red ditch lights, because I always thought that looked really cool. Even though that was just temporarily on it, because I believe it had those when it first rolled out of the paint shops. I believe it was, I'm not sure if it was Waycross or Huntington. I'm not sure if I can remember correctly. But here's that. And then here's my all-time favorite. This is my favorite. The Spirit of our First Responders, 911. And of course, the 1776 the veterans, or the Armed Forces unit. So there they are. You can see all three of them together. So it's really cool to have all three of them, because I've been wanting to collect these for such a long time, because I remember there was some history that happened between these three, because I remembered these three would usually run triple headers back in the day. You know, run like 2019 or in 2020, or sometimes they just run duos together as well. But you can because you know it was really cool how they ran them as triple headers. But now, as of now, they finally go their separate ways, and now they just run like separately on trains. Because I know I've seen them sometimes even travel outside of CSX trackage. Because one of them I saw the outside CSX trackage is this one right here. I saw this one in person, and that was when I was back in January of this year when I was up in Grandview, because I heard it was on CPKC M252, so it was trailing behind the CM44AC. So I was actually really lucky to see this, but even though I missed it when 3194 was on BNSF, but it was still lucky I got to see this. And hopefully, and also this one has yet to come to Kansas City, and same for the 1776. So we'll keep a lookout if I see any of these two come. But anyways, that's going to do for this review of the CSX Prime Service Unit number 1776. So I have done reviews on the 911, so if you can check that out in one of my older videos. And also the 3194 is also one I did back in the past. So anyways, that's going to do for this review video. I'll leave you guys a little bit of a run-by of the 1776 in action. So maybe I'll run them as a triple header, so it'll bring back some nostalgia from like 2021 or something like that. So anyways, thank you all for watching. See you guys next time. Okay, have a good day, everybody.